Okay, well, good morning my friends, welcome back to another video. Today finds me in the heart of England's Lake District, and we're here in Newby Bridge, and we're going to have a look around the Lakeland Motor Museum. Oh, this is going to be fantastic, this. Now, I bought my first car back in 1985 when I was 21, so nearly 40 years have gone by since I bought my first car. More of that to come later, because I want to go through with you all the cars I've had in the last 40 years. Hopefully I might see one or two of them in this museum. So come with us, pour yourself a cup of coffee first, get yourself a cup of coffee, get yourself a glass of wine, and then we'll have a look around the Lakeland Motor Museum here in Newby Bridge in the heart of England's lovely Lake District. Come with us. Okay, well, for once my QR code actually worked today. In case you're wondering, it's £12 to get in here, so I'm quite looking forward to this. We'll spin it round and let you see what we've got here in the Lakeland Museum. Wow, you just don't get cars like this nowadays, do you? They're absolutely amazing. I don't know what it is with modern cars, but they don't seem to have much colour to them. These cars are absolutely amazing. We'll just flip it round again, there's loads of stuff still to see. Okay, got a plane up there. Interesting. Straighten her up. There we go. Now I've been told to follow the red line, so I'll do that. I'll follow it round.
Oh, you follow the red line.
Wow, what an absolutely amazing colour that is. Wow. Okay, so this is a 1937 Bentley that was actually owned by Donald Campbell. Wow, that's a car, isn't it? Just look at it. Okay, so, oh wow, look at this one. It's a 1937 Jaguar. Yeah. Another Donald Campbell racing car there, I'm guessing. Oh, look at this one. Wow. Another Jag. In fact, I'm going to shut up now. I'm just going to let you watch the cars. We'll put some music over the top. We'll catch you in a bit. some absolutely amazing cars in here. I've just spotted the smallest production car ever. Now, if you can remember back to Top Gear days, it was a Peel P50, which Jeremy Clarkson tested out. It's the smallest production car that they've ever made. I've got one here from 1964. Have a look at this one. That's quite interesting. So it's got a road tax disc on there, which ran out in June 2015. So it's obviously been on the road quite recently, this one. What a lovely car. And look at this little thing next to it. Okay, so we've got a 1972 Ford Escort Mark I there. Now, I actually had a Ford Escort as part of my collection of cars over the years. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. Well, I have to say, guys, this place is absolutely amazing. You could certainly spend a good couple of hours here, and I'd say for £12 entrance fee, it's quite good value. It's in the heart of the Lake District. You can tag on a trip round the lakes if you want to. I believe also you can add on the steam train and the pleasure boat which goes along Windermere. It's all part of the same company. So I think the boat and the museum, I think, was £26. I think you can add on the steam train as well when the steam train's running. But definitely well worth a visit here at the Lakeland Motor Museum. Okay, that's interesting. It's saying Pratt's on top of all road tests. I thought Pratt's just drove Audis and Mercedes. Onwards. Do you know what? There's that much to see here. I'm going to go around again. I'm not going to take the camera this time. I'm just going to take it all in. Once we're finished here, we'll go and have a look in the cafe next door, see if we can get a bite to eat, and I'll talk you through some of the disasters I've owned over the years. Catch you in a minute, guys. Well, that was amazing, wasn't it? So the tour's not over just yet, because as part of the admittance to there, you also get to watch the Donald Campbell Bluebird exhibition. So we're just about to go and have a look in there.
He is filling the fuel hopper. He just fills up with charred wood and takes a reserve supply. He says it's so cheap that he finds he's owing himself money. That comes of having a good char.
There are some sports which seem to get more mechanized every year. The popularity of motor scooters is growing by leaps and bounds, so it's not surprising that an Ireland firm has started using water scooters.
Okay, my friends, so I'm a little bit hungry now, so we're going to go into Café, see if we can get a cup of tea and a little something to nibble on. Come with us. Okay, so I'm in Café to grab a bite to eat. It's very, very busy in here. It's very noisy. So I think we'll talk more cars outside. But I have come in for a little bite to eat. So what I've got is a piece of cake and a nice cup of tea. The piece of cake's eaten mess. Take a closer look. Okay, so in keeping with my theme for value, if you want to know how much this lot came to, £6.20, which I think is quite reasonable really. You've got a nice pot of tea and a nice piece of cake. I'm going to tuck into this now. Where's the sugar? That is absolutely beautiful. I'm conscious of the fact that it's Sunday, and when I get home, there's a Sunday lunch waiting for me. So it literally is a piece of cake and a cup of tea, and this is to see me through the rest of the day. We'll see you in a minute, guys. Okay, my friends, so I've picked a nice spot just outside the cafe here to discuss the cars that I've had over the years. But how nice would this be if it was sunny? But it's typical Lake District, isn't it? It's a little bit miserable. It's not raining, but yeah, could do with the sun being out as well, couldn't we really? Now, I mentioned earlier I bought my first car back in 1985, so getting on for 40 years ago now. I've had a little think last night as to how many cars I've had in that time, and since 1985 I've actually had 11 different cars. Some were absolutely fantastic, some were absolute dogs. I've never ever bought a new car in my lifetime, and I probably never will. New cars depreciate so much in value. I've always bought second-hand cars. At the end of the day, you buy a second-hand car for next to nothing. You keep it on the road as long as you can until it is no more, and then you just go out and buy another one. But like I said, I've gone through 11. Right, you're gonna love this list, I tell you. The first car I had back in 1985, I was 21, saved up, bought it with my own money, paid £1,250 for it, and it was a 5-year-old Vauxhall Chevette. It was a 1.3 GL, lovely little car, that one. Unfortunately, the wings rotted away, the sills rotted away, but I did get about 3 years out of that car, I think, so for £1,250, not bad. Okay, and here's the first of one of the many dogs that I've had. I traded that in for an Austin Metro. Oh my goodness, what a horrible little car that was. Had hydrograss suspension. Every 6 months or so the rear end needed to be pumped up because it looked as though it was, you were driving along at an angle with the rear end just down, up at the front, down at the back, because of the leaky hydrograss suspension. So traded the Metro in, and this is the first of the good cars that I had. It was an automatic, and it was a 1.6 Austin Montego. Oh, that was a massive car. That it was huge from bumper to bumper. Must have been about, I don't know, about 17 feet. It was absolutely enormous. Had a 1.6 litre engine in it. Because it's automatic, it had kick down, and it had some beef about it, I can tell you. Lovely car. Once again though, the rot set in, which was a typical British Leyland Austin thing. They don't last that long, so the Montego got traded in, and I traded it in for another dog. I mentioned in the Motor Museum about the Mark I Escort. Well, I got a Mark III Escort, and it was a dreadful car. I paid about £3.5 for it. It was really good condition. I think it was only about 3 or 4 years old when I bought it, but it was like driving along in a roller skate. It had no comfort whatsoever. Yeah, it was an absolutely dreadful car. Because it was so new, I did keep that for about 5 years, I think. So yeah, you felt every bump, every little pothole you went over. Oh, it was a dreadful car, the Mark III Escort. traded that in for a Rover 416 GSI. Now this was a lovely car, this one, a bright red. It was basically a Rover 214, but with the boot on. We needed the boot space at the time, obviously having a young family, so we got rid of the Escort. We got a Rover 416 GSI, lovely car. Unfortunately, the family were growing, and we now had 4 children, so we needed a 7-seater vehicle. So I traded the Rover in and bought a Renault Espace. I think this is the most expensive car that I've bought. I paid 3.6 for it. It was quite old. I think it was about 7 or 8 year old, but lovely car, the Espace. You felt as though you were the king of the road because you're so far up. The driving position was really high. Absolutely loved the Espace. As a little fun car, I kept the Espace and bought myself a little runaround, a little Vauxhall Astra, which I paid £550 for, and that was a cheap little runaround. I still had the Espace, but rather than using the Espace to go to work in and using all that fuel, I used my little Vauxhall Astra for a couple of years. Got rid of the Astra, got rid of the Renault Espace, in fact, and I got rid of the Renault Espace and kept the Astra, and then we decided to book a holiday down south in the summer. Well, the Astra was no good because we needed the space basically. So I bought another cheap Renault Espace, paid £850 for this one, and it literally was at the end of its life. But it got us down to Kent and back, and I kept it for about a year, that one, before that one also died on me. So there we go. I then bought a Citroen Zara Picasso. Good little cars, Picassos. I like this car. Only paid £895 for it. Kept it for about 4 or 5 years. And the only reason I got rid in the end, I'd racked up 138,000 miles in it. It was coming towards the end of its life. It did have a dent in the door. It had a little bit of rust coming through. So yeah, traded that one in and bought another dog. I bought a Peugeot 307. It was a dreadful car. Paid £895 for it. Within 3 weeks, it was broken. Had all sorts wrong with it. It had obviously had what I think they call in the trade a bent MOT, because when I came to MOT it, there was so much wrong with it. It was unreal. So time to trade that one in. I'd only had it about 3 months, but no, time to get rid. And that's where I bought my Hyundai i10, which is the car I'm running today. Now I've had that for, I think, getting on for about 6 years now. I paid £2,300 for it. Like I said, 6 years ago. It's 14 years old now, so he's a grand old man, but he still gets me from A to B. What I like about the Espace: basic motoring. It's got a radio, it's got a heater, it's got aircon, it's got electric windows. Anything else it doesn't have. It has nothing, but it's a very comfortable car. £30 a year road tax. It's dirt cheap to run. You can fill the fuel tank on about £35 worth of petrol from empty to full, and yeah, it lasts forever. So yeah, I've had some absolute dogs in my time. Put some comments down below, tell me what sort of cars you've had, and yeah, it's you never make any money on cars, do you? It's always pull out. But thankfully I haven't had the depreciation business with cars. Okay my friends, so if you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up please. Costs nothing just to click that little button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Costs you absolutely nothing. It's absolutely free. Thanks very much indeed for watching. Stay safe, stay positive, and we'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye bye guys.